Hey, Ollie. Oh, you're muted if you can hear me.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
Can
thanks for
you
taking time to meet with me today.
no problem. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right.
Perfect. So thanks for taking the time. I have your profile here, but first I'd just like to tell you a little bit more about the role in the company,
Okay.
just to make sure it's something you're interested in, then just have a few questions for you.
Sure.
Cool. So first of all, we're a tax consulting firm, and the role that you applied to is actually helping out with a new team here. It's a new effort. It's so we've been in business for about 30 years, and we have a lot of data, terabytes upon terabytes of data. And so we're opening a brand new AI machine learning team that's basically going to be helping monetize this data and make processes across the firm more efficient because of this data. And it's a greenfield kind of whiteboard development where the team will be creating the AI models from scratch and taking them into the production environment. And this all reports into the CDO, so it's all within the tech organization.
Cool.
For this role, they're really looking for a solid product manager who can create, user stories and everything and help paint the roadmap and own the product. So, and preferably someone worked with AI or machine learning in the past.
Okay.
So, does that sound like something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely. I mean, I could walk you through my experience with that, but
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
Perfect. Yeah, if you don't mind, just walk me through like I guess your AI machine learning experience or what you're currently doing or what yeah.
Sure. So I don't want to come across as like overqualified for this role, but currently I'm a director of product at a startup company called Gifters Fit. Um,
Mhm.
Long story short, AI for relationship space. It's a fusion of, you could say, like gift giving and AI machine learning. So you're able to send like the right gift to your spouse essentially. Really small startup. So I don't want you to get get thrown off by the director title. I've been a senior product manager and product guy for like the last 15 years. Startup companies to like large companies like eBay and Verizon. But in terms of machine learning, I would say previously at Verizon, I helped build out their recommendation model, their machine learning algorithm, their machine learning recommendation model. So I was the product manager for a digital wish list, which, if you think about it, is a really, really strong, play into machine learning because, you have essentially a wish list where people are feeding data in terms of what they want. And you have then our own recommendation model at Verizon, which basically carries all the data that we have on customer purchases and search history and all this stuff, and then it fuses together what we've been told directly by the customer, which is like, hey, look, I want this thing for Christmas, and then we're able to come up with a much stronger recommendation engine, machine learning model essentially. So long story short, I helped kind of like build out wish lists from like infancy, from ideation all the way to launch, and then I was part of that team of like AI and machine learning and pushing out wish lists. So it was a really exciting experience. It kind of it was probably it wasn't my first it wasn't my first touch point with AI and whatnot, but I would say that it was probably my strongest touch point in terms of like owning something like literally end to end.
Mhm.
So that's I think that's where there's a lot of synergy.
Cool. Perfect. And did you manage anyone either at the startup or Verizon, or were you an
Yeah,
individual contributor?
yeah. So I mean, at the startup right now, I'm in a director role, so I manage the product team. In terms of at eBay, I mean, at Verizon, I was more of a dotted line. I had a dotted line of not direct reports, but essentially dotted line reports of people, the AI machine learning team. So offshore resources, and then I had dedicated, typical dedicated Scrum teams that I was managing as well. So for full transparency, I own two things at Verizon. So I own this AI machine learning, wish list product, and then I own CPO. So CPO is basically it's a weird name, but it's certified pre-owned phones. It basically used phones. I don't know why they call it CPO. That's like when people think certified pre-owned, you think of cars. You don't think of like phones, but that's their used phone business, and I own that like end to end basically across their digital landscape.
Got it. What made you want to try to leave the startup so soon?
Yeah, I know it's just resourcing. So it's I left Verizon for this startup essentially in January. So I left in December 31st or whatever was my last day. I started this year trying to grow it, and really exciting opportunity. Um, Definitely an area, Verizon, telecom, it gets kind of boring after some time. You've done a lot of stuff. I wanted to, and if you look at my history, I've been in a lot of industries. I'm always trying to grow. AI is like the next area. And this is something that I was passionate about. Unfortunately, the startup, it didn't get funding as they wanted to. And, they're most likely going to be closing up. So everybody kind of has a window now to kind of like just start looking. So
Got it. Sorry to hear.
no, that's okay. It's startups.
Yeah.
They 9 out of 10 fail, right? But it's an opportunity to get in where on something big if it ends up being a
Yeah.
unicorn.
Yep. That's the dream. Perfect. Yeah. And as far as compensation goes, what are you targeting as far as a base salary for a fully remote role?
Yeah, so just something competitive. Something competitive. I know I'm probably gonna come in on the top side, but I'm willing to be flexible.
Okay. Are you here in Dallas?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm in Frisco,
Oh,
North
perfect.
Dallas
Well,
area.
yeah, we're opening an office really close to you, but the base salary range for this role is somewhere between like 120 to around 160. Is
Yeah,
there a number in there that you could find that you would be targeting?
yeah. So I mean, 140 should be okay. Um,
Got it.
so I'm at the more of the 160 range in terms of base salary, but I could go in the middle of that. So
Okay.
I don't want to jinx myself and get myself out of a really great opportunity. And right now, for me to transition into something that's AI related, that's the goal. So
Got it. That makes sense. And do you now in the future require sponsorship to work in the U.S.?
no, no, I'm a U.S. citizen.
Perfect. So that's all the questions I have for you. Next steps is I'm going to send your resume on to the hiring manager. His name's Matt.
Okay,
And assuming he wants to move forward, we'll then email you and ask you for your availability. There's going to be about 3 rounds of interviews. First, you'll meet with Matt. Then you'll meet with our product management team. They're not on this product, but they manage a lot of other products here, so they're helping interview for this role. And then after that, you may meet with the boss of the boss.
sounds good. And Matt, I'm assuming he's a hiring manager.
Yep, he is. Yep.
Perfect. Cool, cool. Okay, sounds good.
Cool. Well, I really appreciate your time today. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out. I expect you'll hear back from us. I'm hoping by the end of the week.
Cool, cool. And so just for transparency purposes, this particular role would be particularly focused on Ryan Holmes, right? So,
Uh,
or is there a
oh no,
subdivision or something? Is there like because I know that?
yeah, yeah. So this is Ryan LLC. So the it's a tax company, and it'll be focused on the main Ryan LLC firm
Got it.
on
I'm
all
sorry.
the tax consulting and stuff like
Yep.
that. It'll do some SaaS work with our tax.com kind of SaaS platform, but yeah, be focused on all of Ryan.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful.
Perfect,
Cool.
great. Well, I really appreciate your time. I expect you'll hear back from us soon.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right. Bye bye. Well. There you have it. That's a recruiter call. I was using the typical Scrumify taught pepper script where you want to uh, essentially really be perky, be enthusiastic, be excited. You typically want to lowball the roll. You want to lowball the rate. I didn't lowball the rate exactly. This is a little bit more of a senior position, so I was trying to be in the middle. So you have to know what type of role you're going for. This is like an AI ML product manager role, so I wasn't trying to lowball. I was trying to keep in the middle. You noticed I was trying to ask for something competitive. I wanted him to mention the low and the high because sometimes you don't want to go too low, you don't want to go too high. And then I kept the ball flowing. You know, I knew he mentioned what they're looking for. I wanted to make sure that I showed that there's a direct fit for this role. It's not enough for me to say I'm a perfect fit for the role. You need to explain why you're a perfect fit for the role. And that's why, hence, I explained my experience directly. And I have a very long list of experience. I could talk about so many industries. I could talk about back end and front end and etc. But this is for AI, so I focused on AI. So kept it short, kept it sweet, made sure that he understood. You know, and at the end of the day, you know, you want to also be a people person. You want to smile. Um, I didn't want to. You want to mirror the person. So if the person is cracking jokes and keeping it, you know, light, you keep it light. If the person is, you know, leaning in, you lean in. If they're leaning back, you lean back. Typical things like this. You want to keep that into consideration. So hopefully you found this beneficial. If you did, please give us a like, subscribe, and definitely comment below with any questions that you might have, and we'd love to address that in a subsequent video. Take care, guys. Peace.